Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
And I'm Rob.
and today we're going to talk about the Indiana Fever's frustrating win over the Phoenix Mercury, 95-86. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. Rob, that was a frustrating win. It really was. That's the only thing I can think of. It's kind of weird to say that for about a win, but they were up by 30 in the third quarter, up by 21 going into the fourth, and they were completely outplaying a team that was shorthanded. And I don't know, Rob, they decided to slow things down and put Erica Wheeler in there, and it was a disaster.
You used a very, I say disgusting, because again, the fourth quarter, the coach seems to have no clue of how to deal with winning or losing in a game. Phoenix went to a zone defense, and she had no clue on how to solve that. And her offense in general just sucks. So, but to me, it's very disgusting where you have a 21-point lead going to a fourth quarter, and you almost lose the game. And
It was close.
That doesn't make sense.
Rob, it was very frustrating to see Caitlyn Clark get 7 assists in 7 minutes. In the first quarter, they were just running. Next thing you know, they're up like 28-14. And they seemed to slow it down a little bit in the second and the third quarter. I think Clark was a little tired. And then in the fourth quarter, Clark had the ball in her hands, though, the entire time. And that's how they got up for 30, even though they slowed it down a little. It was fine because as long as she was controlling the offense. Then she puts in Erica Wheeler again in the fourth quarter. Why? Erica, that's the only time you shouldn't put her in. And then she gets the ball, and 3 times in a row, when she controls the offense, they don't score. Clark didn't even touch the ball, and they didn't score. It's unbelievable that Coach Sides can't figure out that the two of them should be on the court at the same time. And number 2, that Wheeler shouldn't be in the fourth quarter because she just ruins the offense when Clark is in there.
Right. Don't put her in the fourth quarter. Pretty simple. Look at the few games. Stop putting her in the fourth quarter. She's not a closer. You can put her in to give rest, but don't put her in to close the game out.
If they're going to run, and I maintain that's when they're best, and I think everybody else thinks the same thing, that's going to take a lot of energy. So Clark's going to need some rest, and so is everybody else. So she needs to do substitutions better. For instance, Clark, again, she rests her in the middle of the second quarter. I've gone over this so many times, Rob. Just rest her in the beginning of the second quarter so she gets a longer break because she gets the 4 minutes between the first quarter and the second quarter. And then, again, do the same thing in the beginning of the fourth quarter. And that's when you can play Wheeler for a couple minutes in the beginning of the fourth quarter if you want to play her in the fourth quarter. But she does strange substitutions. She starts Wallace almost the entire year, plays her way too many minutes, says she's a lockdown defender when everyone sees that she's not. And then she doesn't play her at all yesterday when the team seemed a little tired in the second half. So I don't understand what her thinking is, Rob. Her substitution pattern is bizarre.
Right. Plus, it's almost mid-season, and the players need rest, but they should be in shape by now. And plus, the other team only had 7 players, and you would think they would be the ones who would be tired, but it looked like Phoenix. It looked like the Fever at the end were tired.
Yeah, and one of the 7 players just happened to be the player that they waived.
Right.
Celeste Taylor led their team in assists, and she signed a contract 6 hours before the game, and she only played 24 minutes.
Right off the street, just grabbed her.
She led their team in assists yesterday, and she played 24 minutes and got signed 6 hours. And she played good defense. I didn't think her defense was phenomenal, but she played solid defense. You can see she's a solid defender, Rob, and that she really could help this team. And she could help this team run because she's fast. She's quick. She's agile. She has energy. And this is what they have to do. I know they don't have Temi right now, and that would help. But they signed Dantes, and Dantes is not mobile enough. She may be good for certain types of situations and give her some veteran leadership, but she's not right for their offense. And they need to substitute people in and out so they can run more. And that includes, we didn't say don't play Wallace. We said don't start her. She's not good enough. That's what we said. Everybody said this. This isn't just we. This is like, go ahead, Rob.
So Taylor comes off the street, gets 24 minutes. And when she was with the Fever, she couldn't even get the sniff of the floor. What does that tell you? That's what you're talking about, Mark. She played 24 minutes and she got 5 assists and didn't even know the offense. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't even know the players, and she still got assists. Now she was with the Fever. She knew the players. She practiced with them. You would think if she played her 10, 12 minutes, you think that would have made a big factor?
I would have waived Wheeler a long time ago, and I would have developed either Berger or Celeste Taylor as my backup point guard, so that when Clark sits down for 6 minutes a game, which I maintain she should because she's getting tired from that, not because she's not in shape, because they're doing a running offense, they'd have a backup point guard that can at least handle the offense in a different way.
So they should have got rid of Saxton. Wouldn't make any difference.
It was a no-brainer. She's not playing any minutes. So, anyways, Clark played really well in the fourth quarter. She didn't do great either. And again, she's getting tired because she was like 2 for 4, and she missed her last 3 threes. And she's done that before where she gets hot and then cools off. And that's because they can't play her 40 minutes and 38 minutes. They got to play her a few minutes, Rob, even if it's 32. If they had developed a backup point guard earlier in the year, that would not be a problem. But they didn't develop one that can run the offense properly because Wheeler can't run the offense properly.
Well, none of them were hitting threes yesterday, Mark. It was you could have shot threes too. You would have made probably more.
I could have made it just as many as Hall, and she shot 7 times. and I wasn't playing. And right, Samuelson was 0 for 5. Rob, as a team, they shot 19% yesterday in threes. That's why. Pardon me?
Brutal.
Yeah. Because the game wouldn't have been close if they just hit a few threes. I don't think it would ever got close, despite the fact that they ran a poor offense at the wrong time. But Rob, they're so bad at the zone O and zone D and their half court offense. All of those are terrible. The only thing that's good is when they run. And that's only because they have Caitlyn Clark. Despite what haters think, she's a generational talent. A league has never seen a point guard like this before, Rob.
Yeah. Like I said, she is a West Unseld type vision of getting the rebound. She got a rebound and made like a length of the court pass a couple of times to Mitchell, or she got the rebound, took a couple of dribbles, and Boston was running the floor, and she made a nice pass. And she also made passes inside, what they call little bunny passes inside. She was just phenomenal. I don't know how people can say that she can't be the rookie of the year. She just it's a huge impact on the team. You use the eye test.
Right. She made 2 pinpoint pocket passes that were great. She did. And she had 13 assists, Rob. This is the 4th time in 7 games that she had 13 assists. Unbelievable, Rob. In the last 5 games, she's averaged 20 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. So, please tell me why she's not rookie of the year. I don't know what to say.
And also, she first rookie to score 400 points, 100 rebounds, and 156 assists. Don't tell me that's not a rookie of the year.
Well, it is anybody that knows basketball, Rob. But let's just go over a couple stats. We'll come back to that. So Clark was 8 for 16 and 2 for 7 for threes. But like I said, she started out 2 for 4. And she had 6 rebounds, 13 assists, a steal, and 2 more blocks, Rob. Unbelievable. She gets a lot of blocks for someone who doesn't play defense. Mitchell had no assists. She had a good offensive game in the sense that she made some nice cuts, Rob. I'll say that.
Yeah, she did.
Clark really made some nice passes to her. 11 for 19, but she was 3 for 10 for threes, which is okay. But she had no assists and 3 rebounds and 28 points. Boston shot pretty well. She was 10 for 17 at 13 rebounds. She actually had a good game.
I think she had a double-double, right? Is that a double-double?
Oh, yeah, double-double. That's why she gets lots of double-doubles, but we don't have to promote them every day. Smith was 6 for 13, and she had 10 rebounds. She doesn't play good defense, Rob, but she gets points and she gets rebounds.
The rebounds, yeah, she's a good rebounder.
It turns out, Rob, that she didn't start the other day because for some reason she did something wrong and she's being punished. It was a team thing. The coach said this in the press conference now. So that's why she didn't start the other day, but she wouldn't answer that question before. I don't know why she answered it now and then didn't answer it later. That's crazy.
You wait to a game after. Maybe she told her, "Hey, coach, maybe we should run our offense better," and she didn't like that.
I don't know.
Maybe she questioned her
why, but
yeah,
she was being punished for doing something wrong. It's a team thing. Samuelson was 0 for 5 from 3, like we said, and and Hall was 0 for 7, and Samuelson only had 5. I'm sorry, Samuelson only had 6 points, but she did have 5 rebounds. Anyways, Rob, all I can say is during the game, Griner got injured early in the second quarter, and they were already short Donna Taurasi, who's missed a 3rd straight game, and also Cloud didn't play. Cloud was injured, and so they were short-handed, Rob, and they only played 7 people.
Right.
So there's no way that game should have been close. And every time I turn around, there's another person on the Olympic team who's injured. I mean, it's Rob. So I'm thinking they're going to have to order some extra wheelchairs for the Olympics for the women's team. If they don't replace the players.
Right. Wheelchair.
Collier isn't playing yet, as far as I know. And Taurasi's missed her 3rd game. She's got 2 different injuries, a back and a lower leg. So I don't know what's going on with that, Rob.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, can we? Speaking of, can we punish the coach? Because she's not like coach a game because she's bad coaching. Can we punish yourself? Yeah. Can she punish herself?
I don't know. I don't know what we can do, Rob. We can't fire her because it's not our choice, but I'd like to.
Yeah.
I will say that Kalia Copper was excellent in the 4th quarter, had a very good game. She can really create her own shots. I think she got the benefit of some calls against Hall, though. She went to the free throw, and she had 13 free throws. I thought a little bit of that, but she was really good, and that's why she's in the Olympic team. But I will say they are now in 7th place by a few percentage points. Games behind is the same with Chicago Sky. So that's one good thing about it. And we're going to have a live show for the game on Sunday at 4 o'clock against the Lynx. I'll be doing that. So join us for that. And we got a live show Eastern time, 6 to 8 on Mondays, except for major holidays and except for the 2 weeks during the Olympics, which are really close, between July 27th and August 10th. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're going for 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000 about 3 days ago. We're growing fast, but we need your help, especially if you're a female and under the age of 45, because we're trying to increase our demographics in those areas. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And guess what? We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.